All my dogs, make some noise up in this house.
Who is in the house? Who is in the house? It's the gangster of destruction, so you know what's going down. And when the drive-by's coming, then you better hit the grind. Cause when your body hits the canvas, then your head is knocked out. Who is in the house? Who is in the house? It's the gangster of destruction, so you know what's going down. And when the drive-by's coming, then you better hit the grind. Cause when your body hits the canvas, then your head is knocked out. Fight with Adrian Whisper is like a fight with the devil, because when he's dealing with you, you cannot get on this level. Fight with Adrian Whisper is like a fight with a king.
Good evening, everybody. There's a problem with this show because I took the title and it says Huge Pop Sports Football Friday. Come on, Mr. Rogers. Get with the program. This is Huge Pop Entertainment. It is the raw deal. And I got to say this before I got on, I was thinking about this group of guys. I got Reek on the bottom. I got Mr. Q over on top here. Myself, Huge Popper Scott. We all do the same thing. We all care for kids. We all love what we do. And we come together on a Tuesday night as a form of self-care, at least I do. And because we need to get away from reality a little bit. Trust me, that helps, you know. And I want to say this, and there's other podcasts out there, and I offend these other podcasts. I really don't care. I am not the co-host. I am not the host. We're all together as a team. That's what I like about Huge Pop Entertainment. We're a team. No one leads it. We love each other, and we love wrestling, and we sit here every Tuesday night talking about Monday Night Raw. My boy Q, he was sick last week. He's back, as you can see up in the top, doing better. So thanks to everybody for the prayers. You were missed, Q, for sure. And tonight we're going to talk about Monday Night Raw. And man, I just say that was a pretty exciting show for the most part. So overall, I thought it was about a B show. Before we break into it, Q, what do you think about the overall part of the show?
Overall, man, I'm not mad at it. It was pretty good. I think there was a couple things that we've already talked about that we kind of anticipated. We all wanted to see Oba get his shine and get his moment, so I'm excited about that. They're selling that really good. It was a good show, man. I was a little down about, Becky Lynch and AJ Lee, but we knew that was coming already. The culmination at WrestleMania, and I'm not mad at it. The other thing that I liked the most, man, over the show is probably Randy Orton, man. I think it was a good show all around. Those three things probably made it for me. I liked it. I give it probably, I say a B+.
All right. How about Rico?
Yep, man, I liked it, and I will say I love how the buildup is going for WrestleMania. It's not going stale. We're not sitting here like, because I mean, a couple of weeks ago we were upset with the route they were going.
Yep, we didn't know.
Turning up the heat, and now they're making you more invested in like the Oba and Brock. Man, the last time I saw somebody toss Brock around like that was a Big Show. I mean, and it's sweet because Oba he is freaking awesome. And to go against Brock Lesnar. And the whole, and I thought I was going to be irritated with it, but the whole Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman, like, they did that pretty good. Seth ran out there and just knocked him out. And I was like, okay. He took his arrest in like a man, said, I'll go. I got my shot in.
I thought the show, yeah. Go ahead, Rick. Sorry.
No, I was just like you guys said, I give it a B+. I really thought that I love, especially I wanted this back at the Chamber. It didn't happen, but I'm okay with it now. Dom and Finn.
Yeah.
That I wish it would have been for the title. That's what kills me, but I'm happy with it. And finally, Roman and CM Punk. Yeah. That buildup is, man, that is fire right there. That is fire.
And we all sat around this show a couple weeks ago, and we said, what's going to happen at WrestleMania? What are they're not even going anywhere, right? There's no storylines, no nothing. And like Rico just said, they turn the heat up on a lot of things, and I love what Q said. So we're going to talk about, the first thing is we're going to talk about Oba Femi and Brock Lesnar in the ring. Two of the biggest dudes I've ever seen. Yeah. And man, to kick off the show like that. What do you think, Q? What was that? How did you feel about that kickoff? What sticks out to you as? Yeah,
man. I first of all, it's huge. You don't get no bigger than that, man. We know Brock is on his last hoorah in the industry, man. I think this is a way to go. Let somebody else come in, be big dog. Starting to show off with it, man, was huge. We all anticipated it, but to finally have it, man, it's gonna be big, man. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's one of those we talked about a few weeks ago, man. What are those main moments that we can kind of look forward to? Rico talked about it, something to anticipate. And I think with this, man, this is one of those highlight moments that's gonna be big. They're gonna tear that ring up, bro.
Yeah.
Yep,
What about you, Rick?
Yep. And man, same here. I'm anticipating it. Can't wait for it. And I love how the respect that Brock has for this business and how he is just more than willing to help put Oba over.
Yes, sir.
It just shows the love he has. And, you can notice when Brock has a hard time of keeping it low when he tells him to do something, like, I don't know if you guys caught that. He told Oba, put your foot on my chest.
I didn't catch that.
I did not.
Whoa.
Because that takes me back to Drew McIntyre when he says, now pick up the belt and stand over him with the belt. And that's just how Brock is. And I love how it's showing the dominance and the power of Oba. And it builds the matchup even better.
If I had to say how realistic this fight's going to be, it's realistic. It's already realistic. Just looking at those big dudes, pound for pound. Brock might be 5 pounds heavier, might have an inch on his reach, but those are, at the end of the day, those are two massive men, and it's going to be fun to watch. And I love how Brock, like I think you both said, how Brock is putting this guy over. That's what Brock does. I never seen that part of Brock until this year recently, because Brock was always destroy. And he's taking a beating, dude. That boy is huge. That boy, Obafemi, man, picking him up like that. And I mean, and we can't leave out Paul Heyman. What? He adds to that. He adds to it. I wrote down, he said, he called Obafemi an overhyped ruler. He's like, he's over. He's all trying to make Brock feel bigger because he took on all those masked men out, blah blah blah, here last week or whatever. But man, for him to do that at his end of his career, like Q said, he's at the end of it. Why not? Right? Why? He doesn't need to win that title. He doesn't need to win anything, really. He doesn't even want a match at WrestleMania. Come on. So, but true to form, if you were to predict it right now, who would you predict would you predict Brock to go over? Or do you think Obafemi will get the nod?
That's a hard choice right there, but I would say, honestly, just because, like you said, Doug, he is on his last leg, and I see Brock definitely saying, no, Oba needs to go over.
How you feel, Q?
I 100% agree, man. I think it looks like it's got to be Oba, but I also think WWE has to be looking to line this up for Oba down the road. So I love for him to go over, but I love to see some type of clash at the end of this match. Somebody come in and intervene or jump in, something like that to set him up for a storyline post WrestleMania. Especially since no title.
100% agree. They have to, right? You can't you just can't let him beat Brock,
right,
and have nothing.
Yep.
Right. So there's got to be something, right? So I went and looked this up. Anybody catch this? This is the shirt Brock Lesnar was wearing into the show last night.
Yep. F around and F5.
That's fire, man. That's fire. I want one of those so bad. But so that was that match. That was that interaction and stuff like that. And of course, being what we do, you walk away from the television, you come back, and you miss some things and stuff like that. So I think the next one, Usos in the Vision. Is that how that went?
Yep.
So what's your takes on that? What's your hot takes? What's your low takes? I'll start with Rico.
No, I thought it was a pretty solid match, but I liked the storyline that was going with it, because if you notice it, what I'm saying, like, Jay's head wasn't there. Like, it should have been there, but it wasn't there. And then when LA come out and he tossed the brass knucks to him and stuff, and he before he'd been like, "No, man," because they want to defend the titles, and he went ahead and just said, "Nope." He didn't care to get disqualified or nothing, right in front of the ref. I'm like, man, he's just showing his head's in a whole different place right now.
Yeah, I agree. Mr. Q, what about you, man?
Same here, man. My biggest thing with we talked about it before. I just wanted to see what they were going to do with the vision, man. The vision as they originally had it is done. I don't think there's a way to fix that, man. They got to pivot now, and I think taking them this direction with the tag team, I love it. I think it's a good idea. It's a good way to pivot them out of this whole, group thing. Like, I love it. I think it's dope. I just want to see where they go with it.
I agree 100%. I'm not a Vision fan. I'm really not. They look good in the ring. But, if we're going to keep the Vision together, you got to do something, right? And what I didn't like about the whole thing was I was so irritated, so sick of, of course, I'm not a Logan Paul fan at all. But to see all that trash over the flag football, how he dogged on Tom Brady, how he did all that crap. I don't know if you've seen those videos.
Mm-hmm.
What a dumbass. Whatever. But they needed that win. They beat Jay and Jimmy, and LA Knight comes out, and I love the confusion that they're portraying with Jimmy and Jay, because there's obviously something going on.
Mm-hmm.
And Jimmy's out. Jimmy's worried about this. Jay's worried about this, and man, after that match, I was like, holy hell. So if they go to WrestleMania and do a tag team match, do you see the titles coming off Jimmy and Jay?
I'm going to say no, and I'll explain why later.
Okay.
I'm a counter Rico. I'm going to say I can see them doing it only because of what I just said, man. I think that they have to find a way to pivot those guys out away from the Vision as we know it. And what better way to do that than to go ahead and put titles on them and let them guys make a run?
Right. Now I'm going to agree with Q for a second, because I see them taking Jay, not necessarily into a title picture, but a different role. Because the title picture, in my opinion, didn't work for him.
Nah.
Being a badass, that worked for him. And so I'm curious to see what they can do. And I wouldn't mind story-wise lines to see Theory and Paul take the belts for a minute. Why not? I think it's fresh. I think I think they can do it. I'm glad he's with, Paul instead of Grayson Waller, if I'm being honest. But that was a good segment. I think that seeing the Paul and Theory win, I think that was great. So,
real quick, because you brought up the Logan Paul and Tom Brady, I just love the fact that Logan Paul, like Brady, was like, "You're boasting about scoring 19 touchdowns in high school. Derrick Henry scored 97." Logan's all proud, like, I did. Like, Derrick Henry scored 97.
Man, I don't know who that receiver was, but he got in that interaction with that other receiver. I'm like, dude, someone's gonna take you out, bro.
Who?
That you didn't see that whole clip? Go back and watch Logan Paul flag football.
Okay.
It's worth the watch.
Gotcha.
So one of my, I guess it's comical because I cannot stand both these ladies' voices. So this segment was hard for me to watch, but it was fun if I could just ignore it. But we're talking about Becky Lynch and AJ Lee. I mean, I'll let you guys take that apart. I'll react after you get about that.
It was honestly, it was kind of like we already foresaw that coming, foresaw it happening. They got a little bit heat with it, but it's not really. It's not like anything else that's going on, like on Raw. Everything else had fire behind it leading up to WrestleMania. You're like, man, what else can happen in these next couple 20-something days until WrestleMania? Like AJ and Becky, it was like, okay, we figured that was coming.
Yeah.
So it was nothing spectacular, not disrespecting AJ whatsoever, but
you.
Y'all know how I feel about this, man. I'm tired of it. I'm over it. However, I will say, man, this is probably one of the better segments they've had together. They sold it really well. It wasn't over the top. It wasn't gimmicky. It was just good, straight to the point. I like that she brought up the fact of what happened last time after WrestleMania. You went and turned in your resignation. You left. Like, I love all of that, and telling her she's basically not going to retire, but I'm going to send you back home. I like it. I like AJ Lee saying that I'm here to stay and maybe be the face of the next generation. I like that. Now I just want to see what's really going to happen. Are you really about it or not?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't agree with you more, Q. You know, you had this one, you know, you left last time. What are you going to do this time? And you're like, she was so frustrated. You can see AJ Lee get so frustrated, so irritable. And you're like, she's like, fine. You want your match at WrestleMania? You got your match at WrestleMania. And Becky is like, yup, I just got you.
Yep.
You know, and man, Becky, I love. I'm not. I say I'm not a fan of it, but I think in this WrestleMania and this, just because there's not that many weeks left to build, I'm starting to get behind all the personal stuff that Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, AJ Lee, Becky Lynch, CM Punk, Roman Reigns. I love the personable attributes that they're giving into these matches, to these promos, right? Because they're getting downright rude to each other, bringing up stuff that I'm like, are you kidding me? Who in their right mind would allow that? So,
Ziggy, stop.
my wife's having problems with Ziggy. But I think it was great. I think it was one of the better segments between AJ Lee and Becky Lynch.
I agree, bro.
And I honestly think that AJ Lee could keep the title and go longer. If I'm being honest,
I can see it too. I can see it.
I mean,
So I said that she would be not against Becky, but AJ would be a better defender, give better opportunity for people.
Do you say that, Rico? Yes, sir.
I mean, Becky Lynch said, "I murdered the Diva era," and she did.
Mm-hmm.
She did. I mean, she ain't lying. So I can't wait for another. I think we're 5 weeks away. I can't wait for the next 5 weeks or 4 weeks we have for build. I hope they continue the build.
Yeah.
I hope they continue it, because I think one of the things I get frustrated with WWE at times is they start out strong with the promo battles and the hype leading to the pay-per-view. And like the week before the pay-per-view, it goes stale as hell.
True.
For example, bring it back with CM Punk and Cody Rhodes. No, and John Cena. CM Punk and John Cena.
Okay.
It was hot. And then a week before, the promos fell on deaf ears because it was just dumb. I hope they keep them, even with CM Punk and Roman Reigns now, even with Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton. I hope to God they keep the heat. But that stuff is pretty cool so far.
And Drew and Fatu.
Holy heck. If anybody, do you watch SmackDown on Q?
Yeah.
Man, the way that show ended, did you watch it, Rico?
I didn't get to see the ending.
Oh my God. Go back and watch the ending. That was fire. For sure. They're doing good stuff. So I think next was Javon Evans walking around the backstage or whatever. I don't know. He had a match against Grayson Waller, I think. So let's talk about that one. I'll let you go first.
Oh, go ahead.
But I don't care who goes.
Oh, I would say Javon Evans. I mean, he's a high flyer. He puts on a good show. Grayson Waller, Grayson is one of those, he's not terrible. He's actually, I think he's decent. But he's more of a what is the word I'm looking for? He's more of a seller. He can sell people's moves really good. But when it comes to him doing his own, he's not fully there yet with it, and he is pretty solid on the mic. I'll give him that, it could be touch up a little bit, but I mean, I thought that for me, that match was what I thought it was going to be. Yvonne just doing some high flying stuff and be done.
Yep. How about you, Q?
I'm with you, man. I think it's one of those things where they don't know what to do with him. I said it before, I'm going to say it again. he seems like he's stuck, man. They don't really know where to put Javon Evans, where to place him. And it was one of those filler matches, man. Like, okay, let's give him a spot. We want to get him on TV, get him out there. Fans love him. What else can we do? And I think it was one of those just filling in spots, man. And the whole thing with him and Kofi, like, I like the storyline with that, and I see myself being. I like all of that, but I think they could have took that a different way. Let him take him under his wings or something. Let him be a part of, new. I don't know. They could have did something different to make it more appealing storyline wise. But the match was okay. It was decent. Like Rico said, what we expected.
I see a Kofi and Javon WrestleMania match.
I love it.
Now, I was going to say something like that, but I agree with you. Javon Evans, we know what he does, but you're right. You're right, Q. He's stuck.
Yeah.
And that's shitty because, we had Road Dogg. I don't know if you guys heard this. I think Road Dogg is no longer with WWE. I think he left creative.
Yeah, I heard about it.
No creative. So it sucks because Javon Evans is he has talent. He's damn good.
Mm-hmm.
But he's putting these matches like with, Waller and stuff like that. And what I think happened for me, I don't think Javon Evans was the focal point of that match, if this makes any sense. Because what happened at the end of the match was what I think they're going for. I think the storyline is going to be wrapped around Kofi Kingston and Grayson Waller.
Okay.
So will I see a match with Kofi Kingston in it? Possibly. Will I see a Javon Evans Grayson Waller match? Yes, but I have a feeling you're going to get Kofi Kingston interfering and causing Waller to lose, and now Kofi Kingston and Javon Evans might have a chance to tag team and do something like that. I think Kofi Kingston's going to get involved, but based on what happened at the end, because Kofi's like, dude, I'm not going to get you disqualified, man. Kofi's trying to play that, nice guy, that real, I'm going to play by the book, which is totally different from what 3 months ago when they kicked Big E out of the New Day. He was a heel. Now he's trying to turn face, and I think he's going to be involved in that match if they go that way, which I'm fine with. That's my take on that.
Okay.
So I think the next one, Paul Heyman in the ring. Paul Heyman's in the ring. He's calling up. He's doing what Paul Heyman does. That man, dude. The last 5 years of WWE wouldn't be as good if they didn't have Paul Heyman. So my hat goes off to that guy. That guy is the real deal. That guy is, man. Yeah, he is the real dude, man. He's, I don't know what to say. He's there every week. He's on the mic. He's great. So, what was your take on that segment, Mr. Q, about with Seth Rollins and Heyman and that back and forth?
I mean, Paul Heyman is Paul Heyman, man. He can sell anything, so he always pulls it off. I think him coming at Seth Rollins with the whole jilted ex and, my stalker ex, I loved it, man. It gave a different tone to it. I think they can do something with this. I just think the same thing I said about Javon. I don't think they know really what to do with Seth right now. I think the vision, having the injuries that they have, messed up a lot of what they wanted to do with Seth, clearly. So it's like he's returning to kind of go against this invisible, opponent that's no longer there. So now Paul Heyman has to do it. And he kind of mentioned it. I don't have anybody to stand behind anymore. I can't hide behind anybody anymore. But it's like, bro, we know you're not going to fight Seth Rollins versus Paul Heyman. So what are we really doing right now? That's my only thing. I just want to know where they're going to take this.
I got a good idea where they're going to take it.
Come on.
So how much longer is Braun going to be out? Braun and Bronson Reed, are both of them pretty much going to miss WrestleMania? Is that a guarantee?
I think Bronson's gone. Braun may have a chance to come back, but I think Bronson's gone.
So we'll just say this, if Breakker does not get cleared to come back by Mania, if he does, it will be him against Seth.
Yeah.
If he does not, and I know Scott's going to say something to me about this, but just from watching some stuff, Heyman's going to bring back Karrion Kross.
Okay.
And that's who he will be behind going against Seth.
Okay.
No, dude. If that's the case, man, I am a Karrion Kross guy. I love Karrion Kross. I think WWE screwed Karrion Kross. To be honest with you, I think if I'm Karrion Kross, I'd say screw you, WWE. I'm doing great on the Indies right now. Hell, I'm doing great on MLW. I'm doing great. I'm taking care of things. I'm getting belts. I'm whatever.
Exactly.
I don't know. I mean, I think that's what's happening with with this whole Seth Rollins storyline and coming back. And what do? Because you don't know where Bronson Reed's out. That when he got injured, that screwed the whole thing. Braun Breaker getting injured, that screwed the whole thing. So now creative has to go. What's going on? I have a feeling you're going to see Braun Breaker before at WrestleMania. I really do. Some way or fashion. I think you're going to. But I love this story that they're doing out. I mean, Paul with a laugh, with a chuckle in his face. He's like, he goes, "You're going to be arrested. You're going to be on a felony. Your wife's going to divorce you.
I'm gonna take your child. I'm
gonna take your child.
Services.
The social services and blah blah blah. And you're waiting, and here's Seth, evil laugh, and he's like, and then he snaps, and then he just, dude, if I'm Paul Heyman, I'd be shutting my mouth right about now, because next Monday night you're probably not gonna get up. But it's fine. What they're doing with this is amazing. But what do you do? What do you do at WrestleMania? That's my point.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. Like, you got to bring out some kind of wow moment, especially with Seth Rollins. Like, you know what I'm saying? You just can't just sit back and you're not going to have him go against Paul. This isn't a Austin versus Vince thing, which Vince was actually in great shape at that time.
Yeah, they can't. Yeah, they can't.
You're not going to do that. So somebody is going to be stepping in for Paul. Who will it be?
Rico, I wouldn't mind going to the old school, man, a little bit if they did a question mark thing where it's Seth Rollins versus Paul Heyman or whoever he can have to step in, and we don't find out until WrestleMania. That would be absolutely amazing, as long as it's somebody that makes sense.
That's the thing right there, is because we need the wow moment, the surprise moment. Nobody knows who it is.
Yep.
But it better be somebody good.
Yep.
So let's look back at, so who's been under Paul Heyman? Brock Lesnar,
CM Punk,
CM Punk, Roman Reigns,
Roman,
Seth.
Seth. Who else? There's somebody I know. I can't remember his name. Or wow, it's right there. This is the older. It was around the same time he had CM Punk. He had someone else.
I don't know. I don't want them to do something stupid.
Yeah.
Like I think Q said, don't bring somebody dumb. You could, but it wouldn't make sense. What you should do with a Karrion Kross or the guy that's on the roster right now, what you should do would be have I don't know, man.
I don't. It could make sense if they make it make sense. But Mr. Ego himself.
Now there is, EC3.
No, Adam. Or Ethan Page.
Ethan Page, yeah, that would make. I guess
because he's doing great in NXT. He's doing great in TNA.
Ricky Starks.
I love that guy. If he did, you would hear me pop, because I'm such a freaking Ricky fan. That guy is just awesome.
But my thing is, you have LA Knight out there doing nothing. That's a waste, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But he doesn't fit that even close to fit that story. There's nothing. How about that? Would this work? What about we insert Sami Zayn?
That could be where Sammy, like, Paul goes up to him and is like, "You need some help. Let me talk to you."
Yeah, I can see Paul doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Would I want to see Sammy, versus Seth? Not really, but I could see that working. I will throw a little a rare one out there. We talked about it multiple times, but in a different context. We talked about the Vision and not the Vision, the Shield, and all of that coming back together. What if Paul did something different and played some mind games with Seth and said, this isn't the first time you've had, your Vision or your whatever it is, break up or fall apart. And what if he brings out Dean Ambrose to go up against Seth Rollins?
Dude, you will hear me yell to the top of the moon.
Will explode.
I will come out that back door, stand on that porch, and I'll scream to the bloody murder that, hell yeah, bro.
Bro, can you imagine? Can you imagine the pop?
That would be insane, right?
He does the walk. Oh my god! Seth's face would be like Seth would pop there. It'd be over.
The lunatic coming back out, and like he can actually still be Moxley, like the lunatic Moxley.
Yes, sir.
I'd flip for that, bro. I want that to happen. You have no idea how much of a Moxley fan I am.
Ooh.
But it's funny that you brought up the LA Knight not having a moment at WrestleMania. You know what I'm saying? I thought about that, and I was like, what if? Just big what if? When he said he was driving the ambulance, he said, "I'll take care of your boy." What if he's been taking care of Paul the whole time they build up that story?
Rico, that's another good angle, man. Gosh, that's good. That's real good. Ooh.
And I think that'd be hot right there. Like,
I agree. And that's probably a little bit more likely too. I like that.
I get behind that. So then we had Bailey and Lyra Valkyrie and Kubuka Warriors. Nothing to say.
Same here, man.
Just listen, the Kabuki Warriors. I mean, they're good and stuff. It's just okay. That match right there is one of those what we call popcorn moments. I'm gonna go make a sandwich. I'll be right back. By the time I get back, it may be over.
Yep.
100% agree. I think they have talent? Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
All four of them females have talent, amazing talent. But the problem I have is that we see it every week. The same match, it seems like every week.
That's my thing right there. I don't need to see the same thing all the time.
And why? So I was just thinking about we were saying that. Why can't they do the same thing? I mean, when is the last time we've seen a promo battle between two females as intense as the Roman Reigns, as the CM Punk, as Cody Rhodes, as Randy Orton, even Paul Heyman in the ring with Seth Rollins? Why can't we do that with these females? They're just as good, right? I mean, you got some good females out there that can talk. Why not? But no, stick them. I don't know.
The last one we saw that even had any kind of heat behind it, which was pretty solid, was when Becky was going against Nikki. Yeah. That was some solid heat between those two. But it wasn't like it wasn't on the Roman or CM Punk level, but that's the last time I saw any kind of like real fire with the promos and the girls.
Yeah. You have anything to add?
The last one for me was probably the explosion between Naomi attacking Jade and the whole thing of trying to figure out who really attacked her. I like Naomi. Naomi got mic skills like the guys for sure. She can go.
I can't wait for her to come back. I cannot wait for her because I feel like, man, she was just like she just got there.
And they finally let her loose, man.
Yup. Let her do her just like they said. Let Roman do Roman. Let Joe be Joe.
Yes, sir.
And so, but I mean, happy for her, Jimmy. You know what I'm saying? Family. That's very important. Absolutely. I can't wait for her to come back and just continue to get back on top.
Yes, sir.
So that means
Well, sorry, real quick, just if you guys agree with me, see if you agree with me. If Naomi comes back and you do not immediately push her back to the top, then you will fumble that so badly.
I agree. Hey, they setting it up perfect right now, man. It's the perfect situation. We know that Rhea is about to take the belt off of Jay. At least they should do that. It's the perfect spot. Let her run for a little bit, and then had Naomi come and just absolutely just explode in that new storyline. Let her go with her. I love it. Love it.
All right. No disrespect to Naomi, okay? All
Then
right.
don't say it.
But if we bring her back, which I agree, she's a talent. She can work. She can go. But can we take the damn caution tape off her?
That's the gimmick, man.
A gimmick I can't stand, bro.
Proceed with caution.
Yeah, if you're hating it, she's doing her job.
That's it. That's it.
I cannot get behind the caution tape.
I hated it too, bro.
I'm like, great talent, but caution, no. So anyways, that's my take on that. Bring her back, but please take the tape
Leave the
off.
caution tape. Gotcha.
Leave it in the locker room. Do something
Fair
different.
Fair enough.
So when you talk about the Rhea and Jade match coming up at WrestleMania, I don't know why I just have this gut feeling how Jade has her little minions now, which we knew because I remember watching her AEW. She always had a crew with her, which is good. I love it. But I see them trying to interfere, and I don't see Io coming to help Rhea. I see Bianca coming back and helping Rhea.
Ooh.
That'd be fire.
Ooh.
I get behind.
Bring the B back.
Man.
I get behind that. Yeah. Yep. So then we have Dom and Penta for the IC title, man. And Penta, man, he's elevating this IC title. He's launching it. I mean, Dom when he had the title, I think he put it to the moon because I think he did really well with it. And I'm a Dom hater. I don't like him, but I think he did wonderful when he had the title. I think this is going to get some heat probably. I love how he's putting Ray and Eddie. I love how he pays homage to Eddie for sure. That is insane. That is epic. That is class act.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Dom, for doing that because Eddie was one of the greatest.
Yes, sir.
So I love what he's doing there. And if I could say, damn, he's as good, if not better, than those two. That's my opinion of this guy.
Well,
He has
like
the mic. He has the mic skills.
Yes,
He
sir.
can go in the ring, and he's as annoying as hell.
I love it. I love it, man. And like you said, like paying homage to Eddie, but I don't think people really realize he's not fully disrespecting his dad in his matches when he uses his moves. It's paying homage and respect to him, man. And it's like he can't show it out there, but he loves him and respects him so much.
Dude can hit the 619 like no other.
Mm-hmm.
That is phenomenal. So, Q, what's your thoughts?
Same thing, man. Y'all know I've talked about it multiple times, man. I'm a Penta fan. I think he's amazing. The guy pops on the screen anytime he comes out. The crowd loves him. He just got it, man. I think he can take it a little bit further than where Dom took it. That's just my honest opinion. Like we talked about it earlier.
Whoa.
I do, man. I do. Penta has that worldwide like star power, man. It's just something about it, man. It just crosses over, man. Everybody, I'm talking about all nationalities, all age groups, just love him. The guy just has it. He just has it. And I think he can go with this, man. I really do. I love the match. I think it was amazing.
So if we do a rematch at WrestleMania, which we won't, because hopefully we'll see Finn Balor and down there.
Yeah.
So if we have, and I hope they do this, if Penta has a match at WrestleMania, maybe he does, I don't know. Who's it going to be against, and does he take the victory and continue on to SummerSlam?
I personally would love to see it somehow shake out to be all three of those guys on their forward. I would love that. And I think if Penta plays it smart and kind of plays those guys against each other throughout the whole match. He comes with the championship. They can ride a storyline post WrestleMania.
Yep, that's where I was going with it. I would like to see all three of them, and then, like I said, Dom and Finn just be at each other, and Penta just pick up the pieces.
That's it.
I want to see if that happens. I'd love to see that happen on one condition.
Okay.
And we have Demon Finn Balor.
No.
Not with
Not
No.
that.
Not with that.
That has to come out a one-on-one thing. He gotta lose that like mid-match. They gotta be in the middle of a match and he just freak out, lose it, and it's on.
Okay. Now, would you be all right with that, or do you want that in a singles match?
Shoot, I take that. I'm good with that. If they wanted to do Dom and Finn by themselves and have him unleash the demon, I'm with that too. I'm okay with that.
That's what I was just gonna say. It needs to be. Let's say they have the triple threat, and because Dom and Finn, and then JD decides to get his face up in there, which he will. Penta's gonna end up winning, and then at SummerSlam, you are going
I'll do
to
that.
have
I'll be all right
Dom,
with that.
and it's gonna be the demon because Dom's gonna keep talking smack, saying you better bring everything in your arsenal.
I'll be all right with that. As long as we see, I just want to see Demon Finn by the end of 2026.
For sure. They can't mess that up.
Yeah, that'd be stupid, you know.
But you gotta. So let's talk about real quick. I mean, not just that match, but before the match started, Stephanie and Liv. I love the heat build up with those two, man.
Yeah.
Like they're building up some good heat, and that is going to be a great match right there.
That's gonna be fun, for sure. Fun. Yes, absolutely. You know, and so some backstage stuff. You had what's his name, Danhausen. Go.
Yeah, he can't even get it out.
You know, we all bitched about this guy last year when I Show Speed showed up, right? So why not show him up? Why not get involved now, right? And I just love, and I hate it because I'm confused still. I'm still confused about Danhausen. I don't know what WWE's mindset is. I never know what their mindset is. I think it's whatever. But to challenge I Show Speed in a race, and you knew when he said you're cursed, you're like, okay, whatever. So and I Show Speed, man, he was so into it. He was like, yeah, let's go. And he lost.
I was gonna say because you know, like you always gotta have somebody who's very solid backstage funny wise.
Yeah.
And as much as like Danhausen, like you were like irritated that he was the person who came out of the box. Now I'm starting to kind of see why. Is because they need some kind of like because R-Truth is not doing like he used, which is fine. You know, R-Truth been there for so long, and he's always done it. And now you got somebody new, fresh comes in, and look, everybody's already getting behind him already. Yeah. Like when he does the "You're Cursed," you hear the whole crowd say it with him.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah,
that's why I said it. You know, I actually don't mind his little gimmicks now. So when I see him and stuff, I'm like, oh great, here we go.
So you mentioned something, Rico. R-Truth. I am a fan. I don't know. I think it's SmackDown. R-Truth and Damian Priest are now tag team champs.
Yep. That
was cool. I love that match. I thought that was great. I'm looking forward to more stuff with Damian Priest and R-Truth. To see R-Truth in a with a title, that's awesome. You know, that's awesome. So, what do you guys think? Is that a good tag team? Do you think they can, or do you think it's just gonna be a couple of matches off and be done?
I think it's a solid because you got like you know what I'm saying. You got your powerhouse Damian Priest, and then you got the finesse wrestling with R-Truth because he can still get down, man. Like my man can still flip around, do his spins, and he still got it. But I do love the fact that I didn't think it was, but I started like kind of reading into it more, and I guess it was true. Damian had no clue they were winning. Like
really?
R-Truth knew, but Damian didn't. That's why it was such a surprise to him.
Yeah, I didn't know that. That's cool. So we're approaching that final segment, but before we get to that segment, Q mentioned something at the beginning of the show. Randy Orton.
Man.
Dude, I have never. Now, it's been a while since SmackDown and Raw have been, in my opinion, neck and neck. It's always one over the other, right?
Mm-hmm.
I am now into the position as a wrestling fan as I was back in NWO Monday Night Wars. I want to tune into this and I want to tune into that.
Yeah.
Because on Friday night, you have Fatu, you have Drew McIntyre, you have Cody Rhodes, you have Randy Orton, you have every other thing and all that other stuff that's happening, with the Americanas and all that crap, which have a good show. And now we go on Raw, which is not a bad show. We got a decent Monday Night Raw, B+, as Q would say. And then you have at the end, you have Jimmy, Jay, Roman, Punk. We could probably have another 20 minutes. We could talk when we talk about this Punk thing. But I'm just excited. So, Q, you're a Randy Orton fan. Who's he talking to on the phone?
Man, I don't know. I have no idea, bro. No idea. But I sure can't wait to find out who it is. I just like what they're doing with him. I didn't like it at first. Y'all already knew. I was mad about it. I didn't think it was going to work. But this whole having him flip his lid like this, man, is perfect. They're selling the storyline, having him go back to old Randy. The voices in the head, I'm snapping completely. Anybody can get it if you're in my way. I love it. They're selling it, and I ain't gonna lie, man. I went from hating it to now I'm looking forward to this.
100%. I hated it when they did it when he flipped at Elimination Chamber.
Yes, sir.
Right? I was like, damn this. Or even at the podium, he flipped.
Yep.
Like, man, I kind of liked it, but dude, when he sat there on Friday night in that chair, he's like, I hear voices in my head. They talk to me. And he's repeating his song, and I'm like, dude, you're psychotic, bro.
He killed it. He killed it, man. That whole monologue was incredible.
I was like, wow. So, all right, Rico, what do you think, man?
So I just like you, Doug, I agree 1,000%, man. Like, I was not happy, and I love Randy, but I was not happy that he won. But I'm seeing the legend killer Randy.
Yeah.
The man who punted John Cena's dad in the freaking head. I'm seeing that Randy Orton has come out, and I'm like, okay, I am behind this 100% now. And I'm loving it. Now, to who it was that he was on the phone with?
Dude, that's intriguing, man. I don't care what you say. I can't wait till Friday night.
I'm thinking, actually, I was thinking it, but never mind. He already came back somewhere else, so it's not him. Because I was thinking Edge for a minute, rated RKO, but then I was like, no, he already reappeared back in AEW.
Man.
But I don't know who besides other than his dad. Like, who else is there?
It's got to be somebody that's like a big figure. We already know that, man. I personally wouldn't be surprised if it was either one of the veterans, the legends, or far-fetched as it may seem, I wouldn't be surprised if it was Vince.
I was going to say Trick.
Hey, that could work too.
Because this is the history they have together, and
yes,
he's
sir.
like,
Facts.
Who?
Triple H.
H? That would be good. How about, here's one. How about KO? Kevin Owens.
Man.
Yeah, because we haven't heard from him in a minute.
Nope.
Forever. Yeah.
Forever.
I wouldn't be mad.
I wouldn't be mad about that either. Vince, that would be sick.
Yeah.
Shane.
Man.
Ooh. Just imagine if it was Undertaker. And he said, you need to bring him out. Bring out that Randy Orton.
Well, yeah, I can't wait, man.
There could be so many people.
I'm excited about that. I thought that segment on Friday night, I told myself, man, I got to watch Fridays.
Yeah.
Because Raw's starting the show with Paul Heyman and Vision and whatever. SmackDown, they're starting hot, they're finishing hot, man. Those storylines on both shows are, in my opinion, they went from. For me, I was confused, lost, didn't have hope for WrestleMania. I thought WrestleMania was going to be a joke.
Yeah.
Now, I'm looking forward to some of it. I can't say I'm looking forward to the whole thing at the point. Hopefully, I get to that in 4 or 5 weeks. But the stuff that I know I want to watch is going to make or break the show.
Yeah.
So far, the matches that are going on, I'm for all of them. Some of them are not as big as others, but I'm for all of them. And it's the right time for them to turn up the heat. For one, you need to turn it up for WrestleMania. But for two, they realize, AEW is beating the crap out of us. I'm just being real. And I'm much more of a WWE fan, but, when the last couple PLEs from AEW have just been straight fire.
Right.
Now they're stepping up the game. We need to go back to what we did before.
All right.
You're 100% right. So that brings us to our final segment of the show. And to me, wow, that put the show from maybe a C+ to a B+ in a heartbeat. Of course, when you got Phil and you got Roman Reigns on the mic, and then you got Jimmy and Jay, you knew that Jimmy and Jay had to show up, right?
Yeah.
And okay, so let's talk about Jimmy and Jay, right? Tag team champions.
Mm-hmm.
Are they losing? Or are they winning?
I'm going to let you go first with this one, Q.
I think they're losing, man. I'm sorry. I think they're losing. I really do.
Okay. Are they going to be on the same page when it comes to Roman Reigns?
No.
What about you, Rico?
Okay, this is probably one of the only times I disagree with you.
Okay.
Because I see the Usos retaining their tag team championship.
Ooh.
Because I see a fire being lit underneath them right now.
Okay.
And Jay has been a little off track, but after last night, what I'm seeing is they retain tag team titles. Roman's going to beat CM Punk, and you're going to see all three of them in the ring together with belts again.
I'm not mad at that at all. I'm not mad at that.
I love that. But you think the internet world of wrestling is going to be pissed at that? Because haven't we seen that already? Roman Reigns and the Usos.
Okay, the world of the internet is going to be mad at no matter what happens. Half of them are going to say this should go this way, it don't go that way. They're going to be upset. You're always going to make somebody upset. But what sells tickets and what puts butts in seats?
Facts.
It's business. It's all about business. It's always going to be about business.
I totally agree with you, Rico. But CM Punk puts butts in seats too.
Not as much as Roman.
CM Punk sells merch.
Not as much as Roman.
I get it. That's the reason why I asked the question is maybe I'm the only one in this group that believes this. I think, who do you think's calling the shots around on this whole Uso thing? And Jimmy and Jay and Roman Reigns.
I really think it is Roman still.
So?
I think that Jay is everybody's trying to show, oh no, look, Jay's telling him what to do. No, Jay's going back to the right-hand man, Jay. That's what he's doing. Because I'm sorry, but as a solo, he is good, but he's not that good. Jimmy, they never gave him a chance to show what he could do. But together as a tag team, they are straight fire.
Well, I 100% agree with you, but there was tension in the air between Jimmy and Jay last night in the ring.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm gonna go a different direction. I like that The only problem I have with that is we know that the Usos are Hall of Fame tag team champions. No question about it. One of the greatest ever. I think we've seen enough of that to like solidify their career. I think this was their last run. They got the championship, the belts again. I think it's time to take them off of them, let them go ahead and figure out whether or not they can really be solo stars and actually take that run again, including Jimmy. Or if they can't do it, we're done. That's it. That's my thoughts on it.
I think you keep the title on them, not for a long time though. Not for a long time. Not like last time.
I'm with that.
I think after WrestleMania, like I'm talking about, you could even do it the Monday after WrestleMania.
Okay.
But you got to have the right team to beat them.
Yes, sir.
And I just don't see the vision, especially Logan and Austin. I don't see them being that great team to beat one of the best tag teams of all time.
I agree with that too, though. I ain't mad at that at all.
I honestly am afraid. I think you're right. I think the Usos and the Bloodline being back on top of things would escalate and boom through the roof wrestling again. But based on all the things that Punk is saying, he's getting under Roman Reigns' skin. You have Jimmy and Jay not getting along, ultimately. Then you have Roman saying to Jimmy and Jay, did you have a match? Did you have a match?
Yeah.
You lost your match, right? Get the hell out of my ring.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
And Jimmy and CM Punk's over here going, don't do it. Don't do it. And Jay's over here going, you son of a bitch. And Jay lost his temper. He went in, he attacked him. And then what did he do? He ordered the tribal chief. Because as you would see, tribal chief's in the ring with his ponytail. Jay's outside the ring now, and he says, now smash him.
No, let me.
And Roman Reigns flipped his shit and beat the heck out of CM Punk.
Facts.
Because what Jay was saying to him, he said, Joe, you need to handle him, Oos. Do what you do and smash them all. Smash them all. But just like the right-hand man Jay did. Always telling him, man.
I hope you're
because
right.
Because that's what Roman always taught him. Remember, they kept saying, you're talking like Roman. You're talking like Roman.
I hope you're right, but I don't think at the end of the day at WrestleMania, you're going to see both Usos standing with Roman Reigns. I don't. I see maybe Roman Reigns beating Punk at SummerSlam, but I see Jimmy, because there was that altercation, there was a little talk in the back after CM Punk got his ass handed to him. Jimmy and Punk had words. I don't know if you guys seen that little portion. He had bad words. And I love what Punk said. Everybody's asking, do you need help? He goes, no, I'm not the one that needs help, man.
Yep.
Something big is going to happen at WrestleMania. Because the look, the words, and the actions of CM Punk are off the chain. Now, I do love finally seeing the tribal chief. I'm a ones, dude. I love the ones. He lost his mind.
Yep.
And that power bomb or that whatever he did to CM Punk to put him through that table.
Power bomb.
Holy hell. The announcers were even going, what? Oh my God. They fired that up. That ending of that show was fired.
It was.
Mm-hmm.
That ending of that show makes me want to get to WrestleMania.
Facts.
3 weeks ago, no. But once they started those promos with Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton and CM Punk and Roman Reigns and the Usos, fire.
Yep. Because I just, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking at it like this as a business perspective. Let's twist it up a little bit. Let's get the internet talking. Let's get those IP people talking. What's everybody saying right now? Everybody's saying it. Oh, look, Jey Uso's in charge. That's what they want you to think.
I have a feeling, and I hope they do it because I think they missed the boat couple of years ago with the whole bloodline. But the whole bloodline was supposed to be even Rikishi and Fatu and Samu and all them were supposed to be, I think, at WrestleMania a couple of years ago. But things didn't happen. It didn't get there. I hope we insert a bunch of like Rikishi's other son. What's his name? Zilla. I hope you see a bunch. But I don't know, man. WrestleMania is going to be a huge, I think, and I'm glad to see what that they're doing. What they're doing. I really am.
One thing I really want to see is, like, I don't care if it's in the entrance or any time during the match, but Roman stated it, and I want to see it so badly. It's probably not going to happen, but when he says open season for all Samoans on CM Punk. Well, what you have is all the Samoans walk down with Roman to the ring.
Yeah, I'm telling you. I said it last week when last Tuesday. The words that they said in the ring to CM Punk, Jimmy and Jay. Dude, please apologize. Apologize. That's all we need you to do. We need you to apologize. Maybe I read into too much, but when someone says we need you to, something's up.
Yeah.
Something's gonna happen.
They all coming. Rico said they all coming together, man. I noticed during the show they had in the back they had a little scene where I forgot who was talking, but you had the Rock's trailer thing that was in the background. If y'all noticed that, I think you see it's about time for a Rock appearance, and I think he unite the family and bring everybody together to support Roman, and that's gonna be epic, man. If they do that.
Do you think it's a warning?
You brought that up.
You think it's a warning?
You brought that up, man.
You think it's a warning to CM Punk? You think Jimmy and Jay are saying, "Dude, man, you're gonna get your ass beat"?
Oh, I think it's more than a warning, man. I think it's a situation where we may be about to see a new takeover, man. Like not the way it was the last time with the Usos and Roman. I'm talking about like everybody, man, like coming together for one good round and an all out war, man. Fight. I love to see it, man. And has CM Punk had some guys come out there, man, that'll be so doggone fire. Just one good time, maybe one Raw before WrestleMania. Just have a big old just showdown.
Yep, I like I said, I'm so glad you said that because I caught that when they specifically had the Rock's picture in the background.
Yes, sir.
Then CM Punk said it last night. Well, I'm trying to remember the exact words he said, but he was going along the lines of none of you Samoans can even give me a challenge for this. Or he said none of your family, no one in your family, can take me on for that. And like when he looked in the camera and said it, I'm like, it immediately popped in my head like Rock.
Yeah,
like you gonna see the Rock.
Right. You need to, right?
Yeah, it's my time.
You can't do this with CM Punk and Roman Reigns and having CM Punk bash the tribal chief, the
legacy,
bloodline.
man.
You can't. He's bashing him. He is so good. He is so good on that mic. The things he says, the facial expressions, everything about that boy is so good. I thought for sure. I don't know if you guys seen it when he ripped that the Raw thing off the mic, and now I'm like, oh, here we go. Here we go. We're gonna get a pipe bomb. He's gonna let go.
So bear with me on this real quick. And I think Roman's gonna win, but if Roman was to lose, you are going to see a year buildup, and I mean a year buildup for the next WrestleMania, Roman and Rock. Because The Rock is going to say he disrespected the family. He did not honor them. If he loses.
Yeah, I see that. And
I'd love it.
And I wouldn't be mad at that.
Nah.
If The Rock causes Roman Reigns the championship, I wouldn't be mad at that at all. I mean, I wouldn't. So
Man, I ain't got my brain going. I'm going in different directions here. I'm just like so many good things. But see, that's what they did. They're building you up correctly because now it's got you thinking like, man, what if this happens? What if this could go this way? That's what we need.
So that's Monday Night Raw, the Raw deal. So we run this show every Tuesday night. Next Tuesday, the 31st, we have a special guest, so we won't be talking about Raw. Well, we will, because, I mean, I'd be more than happy to bring up highlights of Raw, especially the ending, because I know it's going to be fire. Chance Prophet is a wrestler, an indie wrestler. Look him up on whatever, how you want to look him up. That's a next guest. I'll send you guys his Facebook link. But Chance Prophet is our guest. On Monday the 30th, we have Nikki Fuego. That's a Monday. Rico or Q, if you want to hop on with that. I don't have anybody with me on Monday night, so if you guys want to hop on that. Then it's Wednesday. My other is Shauna Moyai. He's an indie wrestler from the Midwest. So the rest of the week is that. There's a lot of busyness in Rico's life. I know he's going to be doing some stuff. I know Q's always busy. We're always busy, and let's talk about, we can't forget about the NCAA tournament.
Man.
We can forget about talking about that right now.
Sport. Hey, honey, can you bring me the trophy? Did you see the trophy yet, Q?
Man, I saw it earlier. I was talking about it, man. I love it.
I'm just waiting for just a turnaround so that way I end up winning. That's all I'm waiting for.
Okay. Hey, it's possible, man.
It can happen, man. It can happen.
So we're at where we work, we're doing a bracket challenge, and we have the bracket, and right now Q's in the lead by 1. I think he has 50. I have 49. Rico's down in the bottom, cellar dweller.
Hold on, I'm about to look this right now.
Rico does not have a chance in hell to win this title.
Yeah.
I think that's going to look good on my desk or Q's desk.
Yes, sir.
So
I'm going to display it proudly.
So we only don't talk about wrestling. We talk about football. We talk about basketball. So that's why I love these guys. I'm going to say this, not to
y'all ain't that far ahead of me. Come on now.
But I live for this. I'm so thankful that my boy Q and my boy Rico decided to say yes to do the podcast. So I thank you guys again. I know I say that all the time, but no, really, you guys are amazing people. Thank you, Huge Pop Entertainment people watching us. And if, have your opinions. If you have opinions, check us out on Facebook. Leave some notes on Facebook. If you want to see a certain guest, we maybe can get it. Let's go with that. But as of right now, we're a Huge Pop Wrestling Podcast, and we did the Raw deal.
All my dogs, make some noise up in this house.